Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Have you ever wondered what games you should sell or you should use? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Find out on our top 10 list what games you cannot miss. Don't forget to subscribe to Purge Reviews.
I want to explain how the Prosperity expansion works. This is designed for 2 to 5 players, and it changes a few rules up. I'm going to go through those rule changes. If you want to know how to play Orleans, the base game, then you can look at my review for that. So what you're going to have is, instead of this board that you're used to having in the main game, you're going to have the Prosperity board. It's going to work a little bit differently. So what you're going to have here is you're going to have round markers, and you're going to know exactly what order all of the events are going to come out. So no more along random draw. Each round you're going to move this down, and the game is going to last 16 rounds, and then you'll know that the game will be over. This board will be utilized just like the board from the main game, except you're going to have fewer spots. So here, each one's going to be worth 1 coin, 2 coins, a coin, or a development book. And there'll be citizens each on these. That will be the only change in this board, is the events will come out in order, and you have a little bit smaller place for Town Hall. Another small change will be the Carpenter. And the way this board is going to work, it's going to be an extra slot that you can take on your turn, is you can put a blue or a black worker on here. If you put a blue, then you can move over water. If you put a black, you can move over land. And what you're going to be doing here is you're going to be moving the Carpenter piece. The Carpenter piece is going to start in Orleans. And as you move the Carpenter, you'll be able to move him across the water or the land. He will not be picking up any goods as he goes. The reason why you want to move him is because of these structure cards that now will be. At the beginning of the game, you'll be drawing 2, deciding which one you want to keep, and discarding the other one. What you will want to do is get the Carpenter to your location. When you get him here to the weaving mill, you can put this card face up. Then when you send people to the Town Hall, instead of just sending them to that extra board, I can now send them to fill these locations, and sometimes they require goods or coins. If I'm able to accomplish the Carpenter being here, getting this face up, if he moves, this is still face up, and putting the required workers, goods, and or coins on it, then I will score the victory points listed. When I accomplish it, I will draw 2 more, choosing 1 to keep and 1 to discard. In this case, I would need to get the Carpenter way up here, put these workers on it and these goods. If I did, I would score another 24 points. The last little change to this expansion is the Scriptorium. Now when I go here, I can also move up on the development track, just like the base game, or I can take and draw 2 structures and keep 1. So it just adds the structures to your board, but you can get more of those cards if you'd like to. The game will score normally as it does, except for you will score for your structure cards. Everything else is the same. These are the only differences. These are the only differences in this version of the expansion. So let's take out the expansion, the little game, the variant they have in there called Prosperity. This takes away one of the main board, the council board, and you're going to put something new in. So first thing I'm going to do is take away the random events. You're going to know what events are coming out and when they're coming out exactly in the order they're going to have. So a little bit of the luck that's in the game has now been transitioned to more of a structured setting. You know what's coming. Now you just need to react to those. And the more you play this scenario variant, the more you're going to be comfortable with those events. There's going to be a timing issue. You're going to know when they're coming out. That gives you information. And it takes luck out of the game. You're also going to have a Carpenter going to be moving around the board. You're going to have these structures. And this just gives you another element, another layer to this game. Something else you can do to score points. And let me tell you something. These are big points. There's going to be 24 pointers. There's going to be 10 pointers. These can be huge. Of course, 2 red fabrics are 10 points, so it's not a huge thing. But this can be a viable strategy for you to go down. It's not easy. It's going to require some workers, maybe some goods, maybe some coins. The Carpenter has to be in the right position. You're utilizing your limited actions to get him where you need to be, and somebody else might be pulling him in the opposite direction. Then again, somebody may be helping you push him in the right direction. So you never know what people have. The structures is a viable strategy. There's go to Scriptorium in this one, and you can get more of those. When you fulfill one, you get more of those, and you're always drawing 2, keeping 1, giving you an option of what you draw. Sometimes I think that maybe just get something the Carpenter's nowhere near, and it's like, I'm just going to punt this. And you don't even have to go down that path if you don't want to. It's a really good addition to the game. It kind of takes you out of the normal game where at some point It's almost like the menu where you want to start getting those victory point cards. At some point, you want to start sending your guys off, killing them off, or the town council, or whatever you want to call it, getting them off your board. This one gives you a little something else to think about, as opposed to that mad rush of just trying to get them out, fulfilling those requirements to get either the citizens or the coins or the goods or whatever you're looking for. So it's a little bit different of a path. Let me say this, I really like the prosperity. I think it's a great addition to the game. I think it's a great way to get something a little bit extra out of it. I think it's a fantastic way to play it. I really like it, and I think I'm going to play about half the time as the original game. I won't say the original game is boring. It's by no means. I mean, I played this game 10, 15, 20 times, and I haven't gotten bored of the original game yet. But I do like how this one has the set events that are coming out. I can start to plan for those a little bit better. Also, I like moving that carpenter around and building these structures. I actually had a blast. Whenever I try an expansion, I try to utilize what the expansion is giving me. Let me go down the structure path. Let me see what it works. Let me see how this works. Let me use a Scriptorium to get more. I'm gonna do that. And I tell you what, I had a really good time with it. I had really, really fun. It was a push and pull to do that. And some of these events, you really do have to prepare for. Because they're not going to pop up randomly. You know when they're coming, and it's empowering and also stressful at times. So highly recommend to play this expansion. I highly recommend that you get this into your rotation of when you're playing Orleans, that you're able to play this one, because I think it adds a lot. It's very neat, very cool. 2 thumbs up, and so far this expansion is looking really, really good. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing games.